Hello friends, so my name is Ashutosh Bhatikar. And today I'll be discussing about an important SBase aspect for BSO cubes that involves hybrid SBase calculations, namely the at equal function. So it has been found that when SBase at equal function is used in duplicate member outlines of FCCS, it fails to execute the calculation script on SBase 21C inside hybrid BSO calculations. Also, it has been found that on SBase 516, although the calculation script gets executed, it fails to give correct numbers when this function is used in hybrid BSO script blocks. So, what are the alternatives to the at equal function? So, the workaround to use at member compare function. Now, the good part about at member compare is that it also supports duplicate member outlines. So there are two approaches by which you can use this member compare on EPM cloud applications involving duplicate member outlines like FCCS. The first approach is to use member compare with a double equal operator. And in the token, you can give the name of the entity being searched. The third parameter, if you want to search the entire dimension, can be entity, or it could be the top member of a particular hierarchy. So as can be seen, when it is used in this manner, the rule executes fine, and it also gives expected numbers as well, which we will look at in the demo. The second approach is to use member compare again, but this time instead of the double equal to, we'll be using a CDF as the first parameter. And in the last parameter, the CDF that we'll be using is the calculation manager's calc manager compare. Again, it's found that using this approach compiles the script as well as gives us the expected results. The references are as below for both the SBase member compare and the calculation manager's custom function, also known as CDF in SBase. Let's quickly look into a demo. So we have an FCCS application, which is based on SBase 21C database. Now, how we can compare it is we use this curl command to invoke the REST API for the particular environment. We give the password. And here, as can be seen, it provides us a lot of details like what is the SKU type, the environment, it's the enterprise, the SBase version, which is 21.7, the service type FCCS, and the EPM cloud version 25.11.72. So with this information, let us get into the problem statement. So first we'll look at the FCCS application's entity dimension, which supports the duplicate members. So in our FCCS application, we have a master hierarchy called a total geography, under which we have a hierarchy called Asia. under which there is a member Taiwan. So this will be the primary member. We have an alternate hierarchy for reporting the Asia uh, members reports, Asia divisions reports. So this is the duplicate member, Taiwan dot Asia reporting dot Taiwan. Based on this information, we have a data form called data entry. So we have depicted both the members from the outline. Now we will be going to input data at data input into the goods that are purchased or that are sold, the sales records into both these entities. But post data entry, we will be running a calculation in Calculation Manager to have the results depicted only in the primary member. And that's where we'll be using the at equal function. So let's do some data entry. Let us save the results. So the data is getting duplicated as expected into the alternate hierarchies member. Let us go to the Calculation Manager. We have a business rule to calculate the inventory data. So our goal is to calculate the inventory account and store the result at other data source. So we have a simple calculation here. So what it does is in the first part, as you know, the ODRs in FCCS will always by default run in non-hybrid mode. So we have kept two fixed blocks here to do the needful, where in the first fixed block, we are going to check whether the member is Taiwan. And since it's a duplicate member, we are using the equal function instead of not giving the hard-coded value. And to specifically mention that it is part of the total geography hierarchy. So in this particular case, we have used the equal to. This particular block of code is not executed in hybrid. It is only going to clear the values. This part of the code is going to run in hybrid mode and do the actual calculation. And in this case as well, we have the if condition on is member. So let us now try to launch this script in Calc Manager. So we have taken all the descendants, level 0 descendants of total geography as our prompt. And here we see that the calculation script fails with this error, unable to resolve duplicate member name Taiwan. This is the error on 21C. So since nothing has happened, the calculation has failed to compile. And this is the SBase log. We can see that the calculation failed. So what is the alternative? The first alternative is to use member compare, and we'll be using the first parameter as double equal. Let us save, validate and save. So the validation has gone through fine. And now let us try to execute the hybrid block. So it is to be noted that It did not fail in the first part of the block. It failed actually in the second part. When it says line number 21 here, means it has failed in this particular block of code, the earlier error message, line number 21. So now let us try to execute this calculation. As can be seen, the rule ran successfully. We can also confirm that the script executed in hybrid aggregation mode. So this is indeed confirmed. So now let us see whether it indeed worked for us. So we go back to our data form and refresh. And yes, as expected, it summed up these numbers and put the value into the target, which is great. So things work fine now. So before we go to the second approach, let us clear off the values. So for this purpose, we'll be using a clear data rule. So a clear data profile is going to clear off all the values at all the data sources. So we confirm that a job executed fine. It cleared off all the cells perfectly fine at all the data sources. Let us also clear off the empty blocks so that nothing remains in the target. So we are good. Now let us go back to our data form. We have a clean slate. Let us start typing. Save. We have the data duplicated. Let us go to calculation manager. Now I'm just going to replace member compare the first parameter as CDF, and the last parameter will be our calculation manager's function calc mgr compare. Let us see whether the script compiles. It has compiled, so as base syntax wise is fine. Now let us run this script. Again, we want to only modify Taiwan in the total geography area, and we are still in the hybrid mode. Again, the script executed. Let us confirm the log messages for hybrid aggregation mode enabled. So it was enabled. And let us see if the data has arrived. Let us refresh. And yes, the calculations went through fine. So this is the workaround to using at instead of at equal, we use the member compare function. Let us quickly go into the compare function. So member compare is also available in 516 as well as 21C. This function states that member names are evaluated and the function can be used on unique and duplicate member outlines. The comp operator, you see that when you use double equal to, the comparison operator is same as using at equal. If you use a CDF as the first parameter, so can use CDF as the custom defined function parameter for the comparison operator, then you need to incorporate the CDF. Luckily, in EPM Cloud, there is a CDF that is available as Calc Manager Compare. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Ashutosh Bhatikar.